Hello. It's time for Late Night Comic Book Review with The Wedding of Dracula #1. Gene Colan cover, lots of Gene Colan art on the inside. This book is actually a reprint of Tomb of Dracula stuff, so this is actually from like the 70s. Right here, 1974, 1978. There are 3 chapters in here, and the first 2 contain the whole Wedding of Dracula narrative, and the third one is this flashback to World War One, and then some other stuff happens, and then Blade meets Dracula to try to kill him. Because, oh boy, there's a lot to explain there, isn't there? All right. Blade was originally a bad guy. There's like a team of dudes out here trying to hunt Dracula, and Blade is also trying to hunt Dracula, but he's not with them because Blade doesn't care about the consequences. Like, Blade's like, all right, let's drop a nuclear bomb on him. But he's in the middle of New York City. I don't care. We'll kill Dracula. Like, that's how Blade rolls. The other vampire hunters don't really roll that way. Now, what's going on here? Doctor Strange has just killed Dracula. Or, you know, at least that's how Dracula wants him to think about it, because he is, of course, Dracula. And what's Dracula doing? Faking. Oops, I went too far ahead. Gosh darn it. That's where I wanted to go. He's faking. Look at him. Just being like, yeah, you know what? I'm not actually dead. And so we get like a Universal monster movie montage of him resurrecting himself. Like, just imagine he's laying there, you know, and they're doing like the, here's his makeup, here's his makeup, here's his makeup, like just repeated stills. That's exactly what's on the page. I like it. It feels like an old horror movie. He gets up and he's talking about them. And he's like, all right, this old church here, which, to be fair, looks more like a manor house to me, but what do I know? It's going to be my new lair. They've already taken the pews, all the sacred relics out. It's mine. Except they left a portrait. They left a portrait. And I really like this. Everything is gone except for this painting. The Son of God in oils. He stands staring down at me. And he's like, I'll rip it down. No, I can't. Something stops me. I can't. Yeah. Once again, the vampire's weakness, you know, it's not the cross, like the physical object of, oh, it's a T. That's not what it does, what stops a vampire. It's the representation of what the cross represents. So, of course, a painting of that same representation should affect a vampire in the same way as holding up a wooden cross. You know, you gotta like it. Okay, we're going to show more of this book than I usually do, because I got to just show you some of this crazy stuff. Like, he stumbles across these dudes that are, like, burning this woman in, like, magical oil or something, and they're all like, yes, yes, we must summon evil. We must summon the evil one. Yes, yes. And, of course, they mistake Dracula for who they're actually trying to summon. And things kind of go from there. Just lots of just completely cracked out poses and art. Things are just wild. Like, look at this. Look at him right there. Because he's all like, what are you idiots doing? You know, what are you idiots doing? We're trying to kill puppies for Satan. It's like, what? Why? And then he's like, wait a second. I suddenly feel attracted to this beautiful woman that you have set on fire. I shall indeed marry her as you had planned. So, they get married. Now, we cut over to these nerds, and they've done something to some guy, and none of that really matters, and I don't care about it, except it leads to some fun stuff where a monster with no face is stalking the people that were in that meeting. Dracula stumbles across this stuff. Like, there's the guy with no face. He's getting his face back. And so before you know it, the faceless man, who's getting his face back bit by bit, look, he's stealing their faces off of him, ends up in a fight with Dracula. And so we get a little bit like monster mashing in the middle of Dracula has a wedding and talks evil with his new evil wife. I had a lot of fun flipping through this thing. Not gonna lie, man. The Gene Colan art, where it's at in the book, it's all kind of loose, and that kind of gives it like a mysterious kind of quality. Same reason I like the way that Something is Killing the Children looks when the monsters are on the page. The writing was fun, maybe a little wordy, but that's how Marvel comics were in the 70s. They would just be like, hey, kid, How would you like to read a novel with some pictures? If you can pick this up in the 50-cent bin, dollar bin, or get it for free like I did, go for it. It was a hoot. Take care. Bye bye.